So I'm going to ease on into it because I always jump on. How's it going? My name is William and this is my so-called life. I'm waiting for that echo. Hello. I hope everyone's doing well. It is Wednesday night. I'm already hitting the wrong buttons. Hello. I have quite a few things lined up this evening. I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to my so-called life. Oh, I just forgot. It's like seeing Mr. Rogers without his sweater on. High dollar production value here in the House of Sewing. All right, so let me try that again. Hello. How's it going, Dixie? Great to see you. Welcome. I hope everyone's doing well. It's Wednesday night. Let's go sewing. I am working on a coat right now. That's why I have my table out. The closet is ready to go. I bought a new microphone, so we're gonna see if that cheap pickle looking microphone works or not. Hello. Great to see everybody. So I don't know if you can hear young Mr. Someone working out in the living room. But the other microphone actually works well, and it's a really cheap one that I got from Amazon, so we're going to see how long it lasts. But let's get some housekeeping out of the way really quickly. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and its content is not intended to malign any religion, lack thereof, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal view and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody has a great evening flying my so-called life airlines. And if you're having a bad day, if something's going on, we have exits on both sides. That's a izquierda and derecha. Welcome to be another exciting night here in the House of Sewing. I'm working on a coat right now. I'm also still doing the great cleaning. I finally have the microphone that works, so eventually I'm going to saunter in the walk-in closet and start cleaning it, but it's a mess. At first, when somebody says, like, I have a walk-in closet, people have these visions of these organized rooms where you walk in and there's an octagon table in the middle, but this is the reality. I have a walk-in closet, but it is a room just to store a mass amount of clothes. I spent endless hours in there trying to find the perfect combo. So I need to clear the room out. And I'm trying to clear the space where I can bring one of my giant mirrors in there. I am sitting in my sewing room. I have quite a few mirrors in here. And so I'm going to bring one of those into the closet. But we'll see what happens. I'm still looking for my Wrangler bell bottoms because those pants are amazing. Yay! Hello. How's it going, Carol? I don't think I could fill up a walk-in closet, even if I had all the clothes I ever had in my life. Oh, you'd be surprised. That room was not built in a day. That's and there's stacks of clothes in there, and a lot of it were purchased at swap meets and Goodwills, and it was like a piece every time I left the house. So I would buy something every time I left the house. Oh. So I try to keep it mainly sewing here in the House of Sewing, but there has been a lot of interesting things going on. So if you hear me reference any pop star or anything that's been going on, it's just because it's entertaining to me. The world is a crazy place. But my mapping out Goodwills has really worked out. Great to see you, Butterfly. Hello. Great to see you. And I'm starting to discover that there's a Goodwill like every 3 miles or something crazy here in Los Angeles. When I finally looked at all the maps, I'm like, "Oh man, I really was driving past hundreds of thrift stores when every time I go downtown." So, I'm excited because there's a ton of new stores to explore, and maybe I'll finally find fabric. All the time I hear people in the chat saying how they find fabric and all these amazing things at thrift stores, and, sometimes I think people, ooh, that I don't like that angle. Sometimes I don't know if people sew as much here in LA or they just hold on to their stuff. Who knows? I'm still working on Lenny's coat, but that's not something that I'm necessarily just gonna jump into. Hollyweird is really going crazy. Because I live I think because I lived in that area, I kind of avoid that area. I go to downtown because the fashion district has unreal prices for fabric, and it's upped my game. It has really upped my game. I went from, like, going to Joann's and Hobby Lobby and, Walmart and buying fabric from there to purchasing actual rolls. And now I know that, like, when you go to a place like Hobby Lobby and you go to a place like that, you're kinda getting ripped off. Alright. Should I try it? Should I try it? Alright, I'm gonna mute myself, and I'm gonna go run let me put the volume on in here because this is gonna be interesting. Alright. So, I'm gonna, mute myself really quick and see how this goes. I'm gonna jump in the middle bedroom. I'll be right back. So let me know if you can hear me. It's strange because I can hear my own voice in my ears. So this microphone is strange. And before Kilroy says it, yes, I'm talking into a tin can. Let me know if you can hear me. Yay, what's for dinner? What's for dinner? Hollyweird is a crazy place. We had bacon. I need to take my glasses off because I have to get serious. Definitely need to clean in here. We can hear you. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. It's if you notice, I'm not screaming like I normally do because I can hear myself. I think that would really reduce the noise in this house if I could hear myself. Awesome. Awesome. It was gonna be tacos, but I forgot to pull out the beef out of the freezer, so it's gonna be chicken strips. Hey, that's something I still eat to this very day. Let me make myself big really quick since perfect. It's so strange to hear myself. I'm trying not to breathe heavy. I do that all the time. Chicken strips are great. They are. There's something I eat all the time. Okay. So for anyone who see, I'm holding them completely. So for anyone who's new here in the House of Sewing, these are the infamous bagpipes, and I think they didn't leave a scar, but they definitely left a mark last time. These things clocked me in the head. Bagpipes are actually really heavy. And yes, I am that neighbor. If you want to go like a noise war as far as being a neighbor, I have bagpipes. Warning bagpipes on for real. That's why I'm moving them first because anyone who remembers I conked myself and it hurt. I'm gonna have to pull that. I'm gonna have to find that and pull that. Sounds good. I made coleslaw with cabbage that I grew. I grow a lot of food, so I think that's awesome. A lot of food. Question: where's the beef? Answer: still in the freezer. Definitely a helmet. Definitely a helmet required in here. Do you know what's sad? More than clothes. Do you want to see what's in this room? I don't think that it's gonna be a shocker to anyone. Oh man, this one's heavy. But this room is also filled with sewing machines. I'm thinking about removing all the sewing machines out of here, but I need to clear a space in the sewing room. I'm trying to rescue my mic, but I don't know how long this cord is. But also, I need to get to my giant pile of work clothes as well. Absolutely, Dixie. Growing your own food is an amazing thing. I grow as much as I can. And because I neglected potatoes a couple years ago, I will forever have potatoes because they come back every year. And it's real. If you take the top of a pineapple and you just put it in the dirt, it will grow. I think you're gonna need to get some ceiling sewing machine hooks. Hey, I think you just invented something. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Do you know this Columbia jacket? This jacket is 20-something years old. I used to wear this when I lived in Portland, Oregon. I lived in this thing. And, it's so sad. I'll never get rid of that coat. You guys have great soil there, not like our crappy Western PA clay and rock field. That is true. It's in my backyard. I can plant almost anything and it'll grow. Almost anything. If the raccoons aren't hungry. I've told the story a million times. They waited. The raccoons waited until it was an actual pineapple and they plucked it. And they're the only ones that could have done it because they have thumbs. I will argue with people all day about this. I'm also rescuing all my old work shirts because it's that time of year. Perfect. And the funny thing is, like, some of these I've sewn on, some of these I haven't. Some of these are test pieces, but every single one of these shirts I wear to work or have cut up. Good. I finally freed my microphone, I think. Oof. I'm getting used to this cheap microphone. There we go. Beautiful. Perfect. It's weird because I finally have an aisle again back in this room again. Oh, I deep cleaned my vacuum today, completely took it apart and washed all the plastic parts in scalding water and bleach. The house still smells weird. Gonna bleach soak it for a day or two. Do you know what's really funny? You probably just pulled that smell out. That's awesome. I have rocks, so I plant in containers like whiskey barrels. That's awesome. That's awesome. I have grapes. I've grown corn. I have potatoes, chili peppers. Oh, what am I forgetting? I have a large amount of aloe. I mean, a ton of aloe. What else? I grow basil and what else? I'm forgetting a bunch of stuff. No, the vacuum, not the house. I was wondering about that. I'm trying not to stand this close. Hey, you never know. If it rains a lot, technically you are soaking your house. I love container plants. I have quite a few. I pride myself on the fact that I have houseplants and they're thriving and they're alive. I have a money tree. I have all kinds of trees, well, all kinds of plants around my stove and, well, not my stove, around my sink. You mean, I do. I definitely do need my sexy man glasses. What I'm trying to do is tackle this pile. I need to quit waffling. Well, let me see if I can back up just a little bit so I can reach it. Excuse me, because this pile is a mess, and this is what makes the room a mess, is that everything here needs to go somewhere. And I'm looking, and I have so many jackets. And of course, let's see if I hit the fan or not. This room is just filled with amazing hats. Money tree. Send me. It's what people call it. They call it a money tree. It's an evergreen. It grows in my house, and everyone tells me like, "Oh, your money tree is so beautiful." I just put water in it, and it grows. I do not know the technical name for it, but people call it the money tree, or something in that realm. Man, that thing's bright. This is one of those hats where it's so humongous, I don't know what to do with this thing, but it lives in here. A walk-in closet with a fan. You do. You do have a money tree. Well, I put that in here. Yay! Hello, Mona. Thank you. I'm testing out this really cheap microphone. I keep on kicking because I have it on a giant mic stand. It looks funny. But I'm finally cleaning out my closet. I tried this last week, but my ball microphone that was purchased in 2016, 2015 finally died. Oh, you can hear that. This microphone's way better than I thought it was. I need to put this somewhere constructive where it's not completely in the way, though. Let's see. Perfect. Yay. Hello. Great to see everybody. Absolutely. If I sound like I'm in a tin can, I ordered this microphone for $17 on Amazon, and it came overnight. And it's making me laugh because it's glowing. It's glowing, but it works. Great to see you, Mona. Great to see you. All the wacky stuff you dress in, and you don't know you don't know how wacky that hat and to do with a wacky hat. I am you know me, I love goofy clothes. I'm addicted to dressing goofy and getting a react. Not even, you know what the funny thing is? I'm not doing it for other people. I like how I dress, but I know I'm goofy. So they go hand in hand. Yay. Hello. This room is filled. And another thing, this rack, because the lighting is just awful in here. Let me see if I lean forward. But this rack has to be on the foundation of the house because I have a ton of long coats on there. This room is filled with Mimi G R11407 goats, and it's like wall for wall. You can hear my son. I know you can hear him singing. Because if I can hear him in the headphones, I know you guys can hear him. Yay, hello. All right. So I'm trying to clear this, but I don't. Oh, man. I should just start. But before I do that, these were my famous Vegas shoes that I would wear. And I'm surprised after all these years that they're in such a good condition. But these are suede. I love these shoes. Tell him to cut it out with the Taylor Swift. If he knew you said that, he would come in here and defend his honor. Oh, that's awesome. I can't hear him. Unfortunately. Oh, you'll hear him. It's because, he has this whole house to himself because I'm in the garage sewing, so he's working out in the living room. You know what the funny thing is? I went through his music selection and it made me feel like I did something right in life because he kind of listens to the same music that I do. But he's a singer. He's a singer. Like I'm a dancer. I get down and I really can't even dance, but I get down and he's a singer. It's awesome. It's awesome. And one day I will stop buying gray and black striped shirts. I own at least 10 of them. And I'm not kidding. It's a bad habit. But I'm trying to get to all my makes because I have a ton of makes here. Put my glasses like this. But I'm also trying to not have a close-a-lanch because I'm gonna pull a linchpin on that couch, and the clothes are gonna come flying down. And you may or may not be able to see it, but there's a mannequin under all of those clothes. Because if there's one thing that I have here in the House of Sewing, it's a ton of dress forms and mannequins. All right, so I was trying to get organized. So all the chaps that I've made recently are kind of right here, and I like to keep the black chaps, the first ones I made, because I use them as my template, and that pile is gonna grow. Because I wear vests all the time, I have a collection of sweatshirts that lets me know I need to stop buying sweatshirts. Well, okay, so I've already donated quite a few, and this is me cleaning. But I told my son he needs to go through all of my black shirts because I'm not gonna shame myself. But underneath everything here are stacks of shirts, and it's things I've collected over the years. So I'm kind of doing both, attempting to. Gilroy is the truth, telling the truth. I was wondering that too. Well, let's be real. Here in the House of Sewing, I'm all about honesty. Every 2 years, I donate stuff, and a couple of years ago, because I made a video about it and I mentioned it, and I'm not for virtue signaling, so I didn't tape myself actually handing the clothes over, but I donated over 600 pieces or something, and I realized that I'm a collector, aka real life hoarder. Yes, I am. Yes. You aren't donating to downsize, you're donating to massage your conscience. Well, I do it because I know it's actually going to go to people. You donated a lot a couple of years. I did. I donated a ton. And it actually reduced this room. It really brought it. And let's be real, I wasn't wearing any of it at all. And a lot of the stuff in here are things that I actually wear. Every time I pull something out, I'm like, oh, I forgot I had that. Like my cheesy Captain Ron shirt I'm wearing right now. I forgot I had this shirt, and it's almost cutoff season because it's starting to hit the 70s and 80s here, almost. And yes, I know no one feels sorry for the guy who lives in a place where it's perpetually 70 degrees. And part of me almost wants to get a hanger, but I don't know if I have enough space. Actually, I could hang a few coats over here. A long time ago, my first rack that I had, I learned if you put too much weight on it, it literally goes meh. I put one jacket on it, and one side went down and the other side went down. So I try not to overload this too much. That's why I've spread out all in this area. And you know what the funny thing is? most of the stuff in this room at this point I've made. And our lovely co-host Waternay tries to get me to donate stuff all the time as far as stuff I've made, but I will, just maybe not this year. Okay. So yeah, this goes in the 2024 pile. I'm trying to keep everything I've made together because I've noticed that as far as the things that I've made, I've already super succeeded 2021. We'll be here. We will definitely be here, Butterfly. If I seem a bit twitchier than usual, it's because I can hear myself. So I'm trying not to scream as loud as I normally do. And I appreciate every single one of you that put up with my screamy live streams. You people are awesome. Ugh. I'm so proud of these. I made overalls having no idea. They do have a big back, but big backs get love here in the House of Sewing. I did mess up. Well, it wasn't that I messed up the back. I just didn't know what I was doing. But I like the support. Yay! Hello. Hello. How are you doing? But I absolutely love these. And they kind of look like something you'd wear fishing as far as the cut. Fun fact today, in 1998, Viagra was approved by the FDA. I grew up watching Soul Train. You're giving me flashbacks. These are awesome. And I made a video with these where I was skating all throughout the gym, having the time of my life wearing these things. Now I have bounce rock skate stuck in my head, Dixie. But I'm trying to. These have to be hung up. These definitely have to be hung up. I'm trying to keep certain things together, like all the overalls I've made, because summer is coming, and it's definitely time for funky overalls. Oh. Whoa. These are my absolute favorite. I made these a while ago, and these are probably the funkiest pair of overalls I've ever made. But again, the back was huge. Well, yeah, it was. I even cut it down, but I don't care. These look great. What are you fishing for in those? Certainly ain't fish. Hey, no judgment. No judgment here in the house. There is no judgment here. Oh. Oh, man. And I have a tripod collection that I won't show you. That's a complete mess. Hello, Waternay. Hello, hello. All right. So what I'm trying to do is free my chair, but there is a ton of clothes on the chair. I'm trying not to give you a tour of everything, but these are just some spectacular makes. I love what I do. I'm proud of what I make. And, that's one of the reasons I preserve all of it in this room, because I love seeing the progression too from where I first started. And I constantly talk about the crummy caftan. That video is up. Go watch it. And I thank everybody who did in the past. These I called my David Tennant pants because I would wear with white chucks all the time. And I'm actually going to add these to the pant pile. I am still so proud of this. This is when I finally started conquering the zipper. I'm proud of all of these. And these are... boot kicks the mic. These are within like a year or two, I think. I was not kidding you when I said I had a sweatshirt problem. It's because I like that look with a vest and something underneath it. I accessorize a little bit too much. Just a little bit. Yay, yay. These, okay. So my job, we get the weirdest donations, and I don't know what military, but we got thousands of these. We ended up donating them to somebody else, but I kept the box. But some military organization donated these. It's in English. But this has to be wool. No, it's cotton. This is cotton and wool. These actually keep you really, really warm, but I have quite a collection. Here's my biggest beef with this material, okay? I still have a ton of this fake snakeskin, but it won't stay anywhere. Well, it stays there now because I'm talking about it. But it's really slick, so I don't know where to store it. I liked Alibaba's idea of putting it in a bag, but I have to get to it first. I'm actually really proud of this. I made this years ago. There are 4 different pieces combined in here. I don't know if you can see it, but I made them into one piece that you can't see. There it is. I made the dudes are separate from the flag, that are separate from the that's a wasted use thing in the middle. Like, I'm actually proud of this because I made every single piece separate. That'll go in the sweatshirt pile. Now you can see why I spent hours in here. And the sad thing is, I do this when I'm by myself. I'm not talking to myself, but I'm watching a YouTube channel going through all the stuff in here. I'm still proud of all these funky jackets that I would make, which this evening I planned on making one, but we'll see how far we get. Again, this was made from drapes. And you can tell by the color what era drapes it was. All right. So I kind of hit an impasse for a second. Oh, not as many as I thought. But these are awesome jackets that I've made, but I've really overloaded this bar over here. That is tensile strength steel. I got it from my job. It's rated to hold up buildings. I shaped it and I cut it, and it's starting to bow. It's actually embarrassing that I can bend steel, and not even like in a Superman way. I just put a bunch of clothes on it. Give me one quick second. I'm going to hang this up. Oh, perfect. Oh, it's so strange that I can hear myself. Yay. Hello, hello. Awesome. If you can get structural members to bend, you have too many. It was a runt piece, but like I still can't, like, looking at it right now, I'm actually in awe because it's at anyone who knows there's certain rating for steel, and it's based on how much it can take. So that thing is supposed to take thousands and thousands of pounds, and I don't think it's what it was advertised. But in the steel's defense, I did cut it down. I did shape it at my job. This I need to hang up because I actually have been wearing this and I need to be able to find it. So it's going to go there. But I'm telling you, I'm trying not to overload these racks because one time, I'm not kidding you, I just put one shirt on and it was like, I'm tired, boss. And one side went down and the other side just came falling down. Yeah, your job might have got the wrong stuff from your supplier. Well, I'm not going to get into too hardcore about steel news, but there has been a lot of controversy lately about quality and where it comes from and if it comes from who they say it does. So I'm not surprised. But like in the world of buying mass amounts of things, you get ripped off sometimes. You do. Especially if you buy units of things, you do. You do. Or it's not. This has been happening to me lately when I buy fabric because Mr. Modelo Man gives me so much. When I saw what 4 yards actually was, I was like, "You're ripping me off." But no, my buddy just loves me. He just loves me and gives me a ton of fabric. This is. I cannot. Oh, did you hear him? Did you hear him? He's in there. He's like slam dancing in there. I can't stop buying these. I can't. And I wear it under my vest. I wear it to work. But like, I have um, I have a flannel collection. Quite an extensive flannel collection. In many machine shops, they have a gun that they shoot the metal with to see if the steel is true type that they bought. It's like that pointing, it's like pointing machine gun at Sherwin-Williams, but for steel. I like that. I like that. That's like the real gold test. It is still true to this very day that if you buy down on gold, you will leave an impression. Like if it's real gold. Oh, do you hear him? Oh, come on. He's working out. Oh, that's funny. He's lucky that like our neighbors are just far enough where they can't hear him. Oh, that's hilarious. What's this? I had this ingenious idea of cutting a hood off of a sweatshirt years ago so I could wear it under a vest, and it didn't come out, but it still has an awesome patch on it. So that's definitely going in the pile. And yes, I know I just made this, but I make a lot of things. This is my green screen that I've never used. I bought it because I wanted to be cool, a cool YouTuber and have all the accessories, but like my life is way cooler than a green screen. All the junk I have is way cooler than having a green screen. Is that how you messed up your teeth biting on random stuff? No, it was smoking cigarettes. Do not smoke cigarettes, kid. You can keep your teeth. Oh. But the gold test is real. Don't bite on the fake stuff. Your teeth will fall out. You know what's funny? I'm actually making progress. I'm actually making real progress because I'm down to the fuzzy stuff. Man, I love this coat. I don't care what anyone says. These coats are amazing. And I have quite a collection of furry and fuzzy coats in this room. That's right. Only boring people use green screens. You know what? Like, I'm not even saying this to be cool or like, I don't judge anyone. But one day I was like, why do you have a green screen when you have all this cool stuff here? So, no need for a green screen is going to be the name of my punk album. Go into the bar and sell acid in that coat. You'll have Rockefeller money in a month. You know what? Out here, they'd pop me. If I went to like a rave or something, they would be like, that young man is selling drugs. Stop him. Stop him immediately. I wouldn't even make it in the parking lot. Progress. Moving it from left to right. Well, I am organizing it. I'm organizing everything. And like last time I was in here, I could not step over here. So while I'm not waffling on screen, I actually made a ton of room in here. And my son is actually going through all of the stuff because he's in the he's getting buff, so he wants to wear all my cut-off sleeve shirts. Oh, good times. Good times here in the house of sewing. I remember that age where I used to walk around like this, like I was tough. The goal is to clear the chair, but I'm about to take a break in a minute. Oh, another work shirt. This is actual progress because like all of these work shirts can go in the sewing room because a lot of them I work on all the time. So a lot of these are going to go in the sewing room. I still have this jacket that I bought from the SWAT meet. That needs to go in that actually needs to be hung up. That's going to go over there. I should have walked in here with hangers. So let's not even pretend like I'm not addicted to buying dumb shirts. I bought this really dumb shirt. This is from a shirt from Stockton, California, but I bought it for $1. And I'm not even going to justify why I love wearing dumb shirts. Oh, to all the Sons of Anarchy people out there. Oh, I can't believe I still have this thing. This was from the construction crew. I still can't believe this goes in the sweatshirt pile. That's nice and light for the summer. Do you know what's so funny? We have accomplished something. We have, and I'll tell you why. Last week, actually, I love that shirt. I wear that to work all the time. Last week, I went looking for my NASCAR jersey, and I could not find it. It was in the pile. I knew it was here. There's no way that anything walks away in this house. People, if a thief walked in here, they would starve in the hallway. They would get lost in my house. There's so much stuff in here. It would be like William Dafoe. I knew this was in here. Team Black Crown Royal. Oh, man. I told myself today, I was like, there's no way you lost that thing. There's no way. I'm back, but I need to head to bed. Have a great night, Butterfly. Thank you so much for stopping by. Great to see you. Great to see you. Nothing but progress and love here in the House of Sewing. You gotta hire guides for your house, like the guys that they have at national parks. Hey, I could make them some really cool uniforms. I could make them some really hardcore uniforms. Have a great night, Butterfly. Thank you so much for stopping by. In a minute, I'm gonna jump out of here, but I'm actually. See, this is why this is bad. I forgot about this vest. This is why I need to stop ordering stuff from Amazon. I forgot about this. This is my dance battle vest. Anyone challenges me to a dance battle, I'm ready to go. You know what's funny? I bought this for Halloween and I ended up wearing this all the time. All the time. Have a great night, Mona. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and my crazy self. I'm literally cleaning out my closet, and I appreciate every single person who's here. Yeah, have a great night. Have a great night. You look like the bellhop at a crazy casino in that vest. I'll take it. I really like that. I really, really like that. Oh, I'm starting to get to all my shirts. Okay, good. So we are actually making progress. These I want to keep out because I'm gonna wear these. Like this blue one I was wearing all the time until I filled the chair. But I can I'm starting to see daylight, so I'll take a quick break. I did that without having to close the lamp. I love seeing all your projects. This closet is amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Dixie. Thank you. I because I love sewing, I try to keep as much as possible. That's why I donated all those shirts and donated everything because somebody else can enjoy that. I loved the experience of going and getting them, but let's be real, if I'm not wearing it, somebody else could have it. But like with the things that I make, I keep them. That's why most of the stuff in this room has become my makes in the past 2 years. Because when I started live streaming all the time, my productivity went through the roof. Let's be real. Oh, I love this Miami Vice. I still like this is old school sweatshirt material, but I love this Miami Vice style print. This is perfect for like a California spring or winter. This is perfect. I don't know what it is about this green color, but it really looks good with my complexion. So I love wearing this green shirt. And like I said, I started exploring color because I wear black every day. Every day. Awesome. All right, I'm going to stop on this coat because I really need to hang this up. This is the material that I've been hunting for at Mr. Modell's and have not found it yet. This is perfect. It's a mix between polyester and cotton, but it's stretchy and you can't even see it on camera because it's so black, but this is perfect. I love this coat. I'm definitely going to need a hanger for that one. Kermit was a laying asshole. It's easy to be green. Okay, so I'm going to mute myself really quick and I'm going to go run in the other room. Did I do it? I think I did. Did I do it? I think I buried my sunglasses. Well, I'll see you in 6 months, sunglasses. Oh, where did I do my? Well, I have another pair. This jacket I bought a long time ago, and this was from a security company, but it looks like a dance mom jacket to me because it's shiny. I love this stupid coat. I wear it every time I wear it, someone's like, that's really shiny. Beautiful. I've almost cleared that. I just read a new term, Ozempic babies. Apparently, Ozempic is deactivating people's birth control. Oh. Crazy. Okay, so I'm going to mute myself really quick and I'm going to run to the other room. All right, let me know if you can hear me. Awesome. Perfect. I'm going to take a quick break before I hop back in there. It's a mess. That room is a mess. That room is an absolute mess. I have collected so much stuff, but I need to clear it out every spring or every 6 months. You know, it needs a spring cleaning. And I've really let it go. I've been sewing a lot and I just put stuff in there. And it builds up. Yay. Bellhop, take my bags up to. This is a funky shirt. This is supposed to be. Supposed to make me look like Chabby Doo from what's it called? From Electric Boogaloo. Every time I find this thing in the closet, I'm like, I forgot I bought you. And I bought this last October. That reminds me, is that door closed? You know, I'm not gonna oopsie shame myself today, but quite a few patches I've ordered arrived at the same time today. I have big plans for these. I'm gonna put them on the side of a vest, but it made me laugh because Amazon's really hit or miss. It's either they send everything at once or nothing comes at all. It's the strangest thing. And I'm dying on the hill that this makes me look like a dancer. Kilroy says it makes me look like a bellhop. This is some Vegas bellhop stuff, but for real, because a lot of the places have themes. So I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't some bellhop inspired coat. Oh, to be young and inspired. He's hitting it heavy in there too, working out, screaming. Good for him. Give me one quick second. Oh. Perfect. Perfect. I love it. There's so much goofy stuff in that closet. I literally had to take a break. And you know what, Kilroy? I absolutely love this vest. And for all the crazy stuff that I've purchased on Amazon, that cheap microphone and this so far are par for course. Apparently, I left my glasses in here. And if you want to talk about all the crazy bootleg stuff I've purchased, I've had to put something on the back of my shades because it was fake metal because my shades were so bootleg. Oh, good times. But I bought these in Santee Alley. I know that everything there is fake. If it appears to be metal, it's spray painted metallic. Why, hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm not feeling very well today. I have a headache again, but
Sorry.
wanted to hang out, see all the fun people.
Now I gotta pick up the slack and oopsie shame you. I've kind of cut the pile down. I haven't, you know what? I haven't purchased any oopsies, so that's first step.
Lies, you purchased some like
Today,
a week
I
and a half
haven't.
ago. Oh.
We got it one day at a time. Polished and assembled one day. It's not just a soap opera. It's a way of life. I don't, maybe it's because I watched Electric Boogaloo 1 and 2 too many times. By the time my era came around, it was on television all the time. So I fell in love with this vest style at a very young age.
You look like you're channeling your inner Michael Jackson backup dancer.
Na, 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 na. I don't know how far I can go with that. I might get a copyright strike just humming that song. We're gonna need to start an Oopsie Anonymous for you. But like I said, I haven't gone all day today. The people at Walmart were probably like, "Where is that guy? I haven't heard him or his keys all day long." Can you hear him?
I just heard now, but not very clearly.
He is a singer and he's counting his reps and everything. But you know what though? He has so much enthusiasm for what he's doing. He loves what he does. So like I'm not gonna sit here and tell him not to have dreams and inspire to be things.
Yeah.
Don Henley and Michael Jackson are two people that are super strict about YouTube. Oh my gosh. Victim of Love is one of my favorite songs of all times. They won't let you play that song. They'll take your channel down for the Eagles.
Mm, goodness. I think Led Zeppelin too is pretty. Their people are pretty uptight.
Well, they make money. Their songs were on Chevy commercials, you know, like they make millions off their songs. Michael Jackson too. All those guys are still making money. Now
Yeah.
we need now we know why the dude fucking hated the Eagles. Every time I think of the Eagles, it makes me think of the Big Lebowski. Let me check. Where's my other phone? Let me check to see when my other patch. I was building a vest, but every time I get these awesome patches, it changes everything.
Oh my.
And these are
What
bigger than the normal ones, and I put them on the side of my vest, but now I want to add them on different things.
what does that one say? I didn't quite catch it.
It says berserker because I'm a man of
Okay.
peace. I'm a man
Okay.
of peace.
I thought that was what it said, but I wasn't certain and I didn't want to be making words up.
You know what's really funny, Kilroy? That disc is like the Big Lebowski is in my computer right now. I could hit a button and watch it. But that would be one huge copyright strike if I even played it for 10 seconds. You just got patches in and you're checking to see when your other patches are in the mail. Sir, you have a patch problem. Shame to shame sewing.
Kilroy might be onto something there.
Well, I was building a vest and I just wanted to see when the other ones are arriving. That's all. And I tried to plan it all on the same day, but man, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But funny thing is, I ordered these guys from different places just to see um what would happen, and they arrived on the same day. And one of these was $2 cheaper than the other.
Are they is it a weird angle or are they slightly different sizes?
No way. They're like identical.
Okay.
They're like cut from the exact same cloth, but it made me laugh because they came from two different companies. Do we need to put you in an episode of Intervention? They would have so much fun hanging out with me. Intervention would love me. Intervention would love me. You wouldn't even need people with letters. They would be like, hey, can I try that coat on? We could do a fashion show and we could do an intervention fashion show. Call me. Patent pending, patent pending.
They'd say, you know what? We're good here.
I'm sure there's people. Who's that young man that you showed me that collects sewing machines in his house? What's it called? Just one more machine or something?
Oh yeah.
I jokingly call him a young man because he's probably my age or older. I gotta take these clodhoppers off. I always forget that I have my cowboy boots on. Oh, I'm short again. Oh,
He and his wife were bitten by the bug. Which clodhopper is you wearing today?
I was wearing my. I actually had to work today, so I had my working cowboy boots on. I heard of that guy. I think his name is my so-called. Yeah, I know that guy. I know that guy well. So, in the midst of all the mayhem and everything that's going on, I decided to make a denim trench coat.
Oh
It's
wow.
behind me. I haven't decided. Should I line it? Or should I leave like the denim? Let's have a talk. Let's have a talk, House of Sewing. Let's have a committee meeting. Let's all huddle in, get in a beautiful sewing circle.
I like the idea of a liner on that for the drape so that it has like something that has like a little bit of slip to it so that your trench coat has some movement over your other denim.
I like that. I like that. Really, I was just trying to talk myself out of lining everything because I line everything. But it's gonna look amazing. And Polish and Assembled, I have a question for you.
All right. I have all the answers.
Should I iron my piece before I put the lining on?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's get the iron out. It's gonna be a long night. Get put a pot of coffee on. We're actually doing it the right way here in the House of Sewing. Oh, but I just want to play in my closet.
I
But
ironed my
oh, please go ahead.
I ironed that slip I was making when I put the ribbon on for the seam binding, and it went from meh to, oh, that's so fancy.
Your screen is stuck and you're biting your tongue. Your tongue is sticking out.
How can I show things if I'm stuck in an awkward position?
Here, I'll do it. Oh, I wear trench coats all the time. You need lining or I won't slide, or it'll feel like a monkey suit. True. Don't listen to that devil woman. You don't need an iron. A goddamn thing. Oh, Kilroy, that's why you're so appreciated, because you know my style of sewing is just let's go, let's make something right now. That is my style, is impatience.
You've got me confused, Kilroy. I'm the good angel.
The song in my head all the time is anticipation. Let's make you big. Ooh.
Ooh, ah. I folded over the corners for the little points. So she didn't want to, this I'm going to stitch down, but I just sewed the binding on. And then she has to try it on so I can make the shoulder straps in the ribbon, make them the right length.
Awesome. Awesome. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
I have to sorry, I'm distracted. I have to see what day. You know what's so funny? I was doing paperwork. I should know. Oh. Well, my patch was supposedly supposed to be here today or in a couple of days. So it'll be here soon.
Since when did the good angel have horns? You know, the Lord works in mysterious ways, Kilroy.
Anticipation. Oh, I should line it. I have I was thinking about doing black and blue on the inside.
That'd be nice.
Let me take a quick break. That's hard work. You know what's really funny? We actually got stuff done here in the House of Sewing because I almost cleared that the chair. I want to be able to sit in my chair. Because that's the whole cool point of having a walk-in closet and to be able to sit in there and being like, look at my kingdom of junk.
That's a good first step.
I need to start a patch description box just for you, and I'd make so much money. I actually had a weird intervention talk with myself of like, bro, start wearing the vests that you've been building before you make another one.
I thought you rotated through, though.
I do, and I add patches all the time and take things off. I have a very distinct style, and I actually really like the way I dress. So it's not even guilt. It's just the fact that, like, lately I've had quite a few patches show up. Oh, and it's gonna be in my video, but I put a rocker on my fashion vest because I feel like even though California is not a fashion hub, I felt like we were understated on my coat. Where is it?
I don't know why California can't be a fashion hub. They're just snobs in Milan.
We have stuff. So I added this. Let me make myself big. I added this to make me. So now on the fashion tour, it starts in California and it ends backstage. I really like this. I
Me too.
actually, this thing, it's kind of piratey when I wear it. I was wearing it earlier today and it kind of had a weird pirate feel to it. I think it's because it's a long, long vest.
I like that.
I love this thing. It's really grown on me. I don't know if it just fits my style, but it felt really piratey when I was wearing it. And you'll see it in my Friday Sews video.
You should make some of those to sell. I think they would sell well.
Okay, so like in a way they do, but like certain ones, like the California ones sell, but like I keep my eye on certain things, and like certain states don't sell. New York sells. A lot of people from Florida love rockers. It just depends. Arizona, of course, that's biker country, but it just depends.
Well, you don't have to make one for every state.
There's this one company though, I was really thinking about undercutting them and doing what they do because like I ordered a few patches from them and I really like their style because they'll put anything on a rocker. And Amazon will too, but there's a certain size that Amazon has and they make the real large rockers.
Mm.
And people all the time they're like, "Oh, I love your vest. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?" And they're shocked when I tell them I ordered it from a company on Amazon. California is a fashion hub. You just have to have the confidence to not need a fashion show to tell yourself that you're a fashion hub. The whole damn world wears California fashion. The one that trips me out,
Uh-oh.
the one that
I
tripped
think
me out.
I'm stuck.
Why you
Can
can't
you
come up
hear
and
me?
see? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Sigh.
I can hear you.
Oh, you're there now. Okay. Whatever the problem was, it fixed itself.
That's a good
Oh.
anticipation. It's that kind of night. It is that kind of night. I was hanging out in the closet. Anticipation. I really need to clean that out though, because I need to utilize that room. Like that is literally another room that I just ignore because I've buried myself. Tonight, when this stream's over, I'm gonna go in there and finish what I started because I'm almost done. I'm organizing all my sweatshirts, all my
Mhm.
hoodies. I have an unreal collection of hoodies.
And have you gotten rid of everything that that you aren't feeling attached to anymore?
Right now, young Mr. Sewing is going through the piles, and I told him whatever you don't want, we're gonna donate.
Okay. So I feel
Like,
like you're still short on space in there.
we'll see though. Once I finally clear the once I finally clear the chair, I'm just gonna put everything where it needs to go because everything has a space. I just need to put it there. It's my makes that have grown. My
Yeah.
makes have had babies. And again, let's be real. I even without streaming as much as I've been streaming, I've sew a lot more now. It's what I love to do. My confidence has jumped up as far as sewing. I'm a patchaholic. I'm a oopsieaholic. And I actually use the stuff that I collect though. It's not like, well, it's only half collecting dust. He's always short on space. Let's be real though. I could be in an airport hangar and I would still be like, there's not enough space in here.
Hmm.
This baseball diamond's getting in the way of my hockey, my ice rink.
I
I'm
mean,
over. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
they say that you fill the space that you have, but
100%.
there kind of comes a point when you feel like you can't breathe and can't move and need to do a purge.
That's me. Do you know I really had a meltdown? I had a table sewing machine right here. I felt like sewing machines were on top of me. And one day I had a meltdown and completely opened up this room because I had surrounded myself with tables.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was choking myself in this. And plus I didn't have room to maneuver and sew.
Mm-hmm.
He has an inhaler. He already can't breathe. You know my arrogant stance. I can do anything with a full inhaler. I am ready to go. With a full inhaler, I am ready to go. All right. So let's see. This actually is gonna look amazing. So I oh yeah, I forgot. We talked about the evil ironing word.
It'll be better
For whom?
for you when your liner isn't all wonky and pulling on your coat.
Maybe that's my mission statement is wonky and pulling on my coat.
You know, if that's what you want, then don't iron.
Anticipation.
Sounds like a terrible idea to me, but you know, you're the one who has to wear it.
No, this is denim. Let me get something to iron with my Golden Girl chair is just not in the way. Ironing is known to the state of California to cause my son and I, whenever we go to the dollar store, we play the game of what does not have that warning label on it.
Oh,
Well, the thing is if they like have all this stuff, then why are they selling all that bootleg stuff in the state that they said that the state? I can't say it without laughing because they put that warning on everything, and you know it.
well,
We're a bit cautious here in California.
and there's a difference between, you know, carcinogenic paint stripper and food that naturally has traces of such and such in it because it grows that way.
Totally. It's one of those running jokes. I do have a patch addiction. I'm man enough to admit it. All right, let's start lining this. Oh, that's right. I was gonna iron. Boo, boo. That's why I'm procrastinating. I forgot. Why I'm just sitting here. I'm surprised it's not the back of the bottle of Heinz ketchup at this point. It's on where I live. That warning's on everything, but it's kind of a running joke because you know, if it tastes good, fights or smokes, it's gonna hurt you in the end.
Well, between the cancer warnings and the lead warnings.
You know what's really starting to scare me is all those fake Stanley Cups I've been purchasing. I really need to do a lead test on those.
Yeah. Now, are people finding lead on the inside or lead in the paint on the outside?
Both of the cups I've recently purchased, the fake Stanley Cup and the thermos, have it on the inside.
Ugh. That's not reassuring at all.
But like, I'm not even saying this to be gross or anything, but like let's be real. How many have you how many bugs did you swallow last night? How many like
Zero bugs.
how do you
That
know that?
swallowing spiders thing is a myth.
We say that to ourselves to sleep so we can sleep at night. See, that's the thing. That's the kicker. I'm actually gonna iron. Well, I won't be finishing this project this evening, but I'll be trying.
How long is your ironing going to take you?
Well, you know, I like to waffle and iron at the same time, you know. Let's see, is that enough? No, I need to put more distilled water in here. I do love my cordless iron though. Out of everything that I purchased last year, this is probably the thing I use the most because the press is gaudy and it takes a ton of power. A ton of power. I use it still. And another thing, the worst thing ever has happened to me.
Uh-oh, what happened?
My mother found it.
Oh.
And I get calls from people now. They're like, "Hey, can I press my suit?" I'm not kidding you. Hey, Uncle Marty. Hey, Uncle Marty. No, you can't press your suit at my house. No, you can't. No. And I'm protecting names, but you know who you are. We all get more carcinogens from the exhaust. Thank you of the school bus than you would ever from anything in the dollar store. Thank you. I think, like, I don't know. I grew up eating steak all the time and, like, smoked Pall Malls. I'm kidding. I smoked Camel Reds. I'm sorry, Camel Reds. I smoked Camel Nons. Let me get back to my ironing.
So why won't you let Uncle Marty press his suit on your press?
It's not the issue. No one
Oh,
cared. Marty didn't call me until he found out that I had one. How
I
about
see.
that?
I see.
So it's not the fact that old Uncle Marty wants to use my press. It's Marty didn't call me a week ago when he didn't need the press.
Then they stepped up, Kilroy, and they had irons that you could put coal in so that you didn't have to keep running them back to the stove. Fancy, fancy.
We have gone full circle though. If you really think about it.
So when's the last time you spoke to Uncle Marty?
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's like family you don't know you have it until you win the lottery and then they claim that you owe them money. I'll fight you, man. I'm gonna change my name to something no one knows if I win the lottery. I'm serious. Or I would. Oh, I've been watching way too much Alf. I would change my name to Ed. What was it? Sherm. I can't say it without laughing. He calls himself Gordon Shumway. That's Alf's fake name. So if you ever see Gordon Shumway in a hotel registry, that's me. People don't even do that anymore, huh? I'm old. You probably don't even have to write your name in registers anymore. My problem is I watch too many old movies too. I like if your movie's in the 1970s, I'm watching it. That's so true though. If you ever come to money or anything like that, all of a sudden everybody who's ever thought that you owed them something has something to say.
Mm.
Every person. You sign your name on a on a card nowadays. Oh man. And there's still guest books though. I used to do when I was a hardcore gambler, hotel stayer, I would always go through like a booking agency. Like Priceline or one of those things that you always see a commercial for. They rip you off though because you end up paying 100 and something more in a processing fee.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard that you actually get better rates just booking through the hotel.
It's cheaper to walk in the hotel, especially the mega ones, and be like, I need a room. It's easy, it's easier in a place like Nevada because they have like maximum hotel occupancy. Like they have hotels, endless hotels. Oh, I need something to cover this with while I'm sewing. I mean, while I'm ironing.
To cover it,
Yeah,
use a pressing cloth on denim. What are we covering?
What's that?
What are we covering?
What do you mean?
You said you needed something to cover it with.
Oh, I put a pressing cloth on everything I iron.
Even denim?
Yeah. You know I'm Donnie Don't, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. You're what?
I am the real life Donnie Don't. Can you hear the difference in my microphone and the closet microphone?
Well, there's nothing wrong with using a pressing cloth, just most people don't bother for denim.
Well, if there's the wrong way, that's how we do it here in the House of Sewing.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. Just, I'm
Hold on,
surprised.
let me put my headphones in before I start singing Footloose to you. I've got this
All your
feeling,
complaints
this
about
town
ironing,
can't
and
hold
yet
it
you
me
use
down.
a pressing cloth on denim and take an entirely unnecessary extra step. You
I've
know what?
got this feeling,
I don't care. I'm
I'm
just
gonna
surprised.
tear up this town. You wanna get loose, footloose. You know what? It's so strange that I can hear myself. It is the weirdest thing that I can actually hear my voice with these headphones. Oh, you hear that, Mr. Clappy? All right, give me a second. I'm gonna run in the other room.
Run, run.
Footloose, footloose.
Did anyone time him? What's what's the what's the 25-yard dash?
Oof. Oh, this mic was hot the whole time. You didn't hear any like feedback or echo or anything?
Mm-mm.
Cool. That's why you close doors, people. That's why you close doors. This guy's over here talking to everybody. My iron is ready to go.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm in desperate need of another coffee.
Okay. That you can burn through. One time I was with somebody in eastern Colorado and the weather got bad. We had to go to 3 different hotels before we found a vacancy. They can burn you. And that is a problem though. They can tell you to your face like, "Oh, we don't like the cut of your jib or whatever." That is so true. But like in a place like Vegas, like they're a little bit more like open. They want people to stay there in their seedy hotels, especially in Vegas. Like the big casinos have malls in them, so it's something to do for everybody. Well, money to spend, I should say. All right. One of the reasons I'm using a cover cloth for this is because this iron, I have it on the high setting, and I should not have, but I just want to make sure it's not gonna burn through this or do anything crazy because this iron, um, although it hasn't messed up yet, I always err on the side of caution. Well, sometimes. I guess it can take it. The one thing that they never tell you about when you start sewing is that you're going to spend a lot of time ironing. Well, most people. Oh, did I not mute the other room? Okay, I did. Perfect. I was making sure I wasn't getting feedback from the other room. You know what? I might iron this when I'm done too, but we'll see how it looks. Perfect. Perfect. That is one that like I recently watched a video about the difference between people who are professional sewists and people who aren't, and the main topic was those who iron and those who do not. Well, some of us spend a lot of time ironing. You didn't mute yourself, so I can kind of hear you still. Okay. Beautiful. Perfect. There we go. Are you there?
I'm muting myself and going back to the kitchen. My coffee's almost ready.
Okay. This actually is coming out well. I'm just extremely impatient. That's one thing about doing things the right way is that certain steps do take time. But this is gonna look great when I'm done with it. And this is something like I'm making this I love the way the overcoat trench coat looks. It's something that I absolutely love wearing. It's something that has become a part of my style. I do hear you wrestling in the kitchen. I'm in dire need. Absolutely, you got to get a coffee stein. See, that's why I get these obscenely large coffee cups because I don't have to mess around and keep coming back. And I was even laughing this morning. Like my normal coffee cup is 33 ounces. The one that I drink like without using a giant cup I walk around with because I'm constantly in my car. But it makes me laugh. Like my home cup is 33 ounces. But let's be real. In the morning when I am chilling, I don't want to get up a bunch of times. I do sit, and I am sitting there plotting what I'm gonna do, planning out everything. Okay, that is crispy. That is kind of perfect. Beautiful. So I need large cups of coffee in the morning. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. I keep on trying to put this down not on its base. The one thing that I love about the cordless iron is its convenience. I just keep my coffee pot on my desk. I told you every time I've ever tried that it was a failure. I think I just need to buy like my own Mr. Coffee for this room because the one in my kitchen is like it's almost near replacement time. I run through coffee pots though because I'm constantly drinking this stuff. So it's not like it's just idly sitting by not being used. And I got rid of my espresso machine because I need to sleep at night. And unlike other people, coffee still grabs me. All right. You know what? I had a great time today on Rashawn's channel as always. I'm an extremely nostalgic person, so it's good to hang out with people who like music. I like to space it out and have it fresh. A basic Mr. Coffee is cheap enough. Buy two, one to replace the one in the kitchen and put one in the house of sewing. I agree. I think it's time. And it's really funny, like I just cleared. I'm pointing like you can see it, but I just cleared up a space over there because it was just a bunch of miscellaneous crud that needed to go somewhere, and it was just one of those weird spaces for convenience. I would constantly put stuff there, but it just happens to be almost the same size as like a Mr. Coffee. So I'm probably gonna do that. That's not a bad idea at all. Somebody I know last night told me that my coffee intake is concerning. I just drink a lot of coffee, and I appreciate the concern. But I'm the real life Janeway. I still wonder what the person upgraded to after getting rid of this iron because this thing is amazing. I drink so much coffee it could show up on a drug test. I wonder about that. They're like, you didn't test positive. If I took a drug test, they would be like, you didn't test positive except for anything except for caffeine, because everything else is legal here. Oh, that's funny. I do drink a lot of coffee. I think I need to graduate to those giant AA jugs, or like those giant jugs that used to have at the old POW MIA meetings my pops would go to. They would have these giant vats of coffee. As a child, they seemed huge. I'm sure they weren't that big, but they were huge. And of course, they were serving a lot of people coffee. Back then, everybody drank coffee, especially the vets. But my whole point is, I think I need to get one of those. Perfect. That's laying perfect on it. Hello.
Hello. I
I'm
like
talking. Oh, sorry.
I had you on in the background. So I think I'm caught up.
I'm trying to talk myself into buying a giant gallon jug thing of coffee so I can be extra efficient.
I like to have the ritual of taking a pause and going and making a cup and
For me, it's the smoking ritual with the coffee. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna press you together because I might end up ironing you again. Okay, so these two were the most prudent pieces.
so you're flatlining this then.
Yo no entiende. Lo siento mucho. Yo no entiende nada.
Flatlining is when you take the individual pieces and the liner and you stitch it together as one instead of having like two separate garments that are maybe connected at the shoulders or something like that.
Yes, I do. I've never heard that. I've never heard it in that term before. That's what stumped me. I was like, my heart's still pumping. When I think of flatlining, I think of medical terms.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was so in sewing mode.
I use one of those. They take a while to brew, but they make the best damn coffee in the world. Thank you. They aren't expensive. I really might buy one. I'm not kidding you. And they have a bunch in my job, but my job hosts we rent out. We have a banquet hall. We rent out a lot of our space, so people use them. So I can't just take one because I'm responsible. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is the pause that refreshes coffee, is what keeps us out of jail. It's for real though. I always jokingly say that coffee is what keeps me off probation. I'm just, you know what it is? I'm just not for someone who's up early in the morning. I'm not a morning person. Are you chipper? Are you chipper in the morning or when you get up? Because I'm an afternoon waker upper too.
Yeah, I'm not a morning person, and I need a little time to like really get going.
You want to talk about rituals? When I wake up, I have a whole like welcome back to Earth ritual.
Oh, that's good.
Oh man, that's crispy. Okay, so let's get the lining. So, did you hear anything interesting about anyone that isn't Puffy? I'm trying to not talk about it, but like those were my formative years. I'm obviously in my 40s, so those were like those were the years, and this guy, I hope they throw everyone under the jail, like I said about R. Kelly. I hope they throw everyone under the jail.
Mm. It's unfortunate.
It's power dynamics and people abusing said power dynamics.
Yeah.
I'm like a 90s computer. I can't just kick on. I gotta wake up. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt.
Absolutely.
That's true though. Oh, whoops. I need to do it on the other side because I want people to see what I'm doing. Okay.
Which fabric is this?
This is my famous blue lining that I use for everything. This is just a blue version of the lining that I use.
Uh-huh.
That's stuff that I get from that place that I can't stop going to.
I like the color with the denim.
I was gonna do red, but the red just popped too much.
Mm.
But with as much denim as I have, I could probably make another one with red.
Yeah.
And I'm still shocked. Like if it's not raining, I have plans on going this weekend, just to see if they have more denim because they gave me such an unbelievable price.
Nice. I need to get some denim. The warm weather's coming. I need to hurry up and get back to making some shirts.
For real, I have to start planting. Like it kind of came unexpected because the seasons have been getting later and later, so I've kind of been taking it for granted. And this year, like it came fast. It's like, oh, the heat's here. Spring.
Kilroy says you have enough fabric to make all new equipment for the army. I thought I had.
So go ahead.
I thought I had a bunch of fabric, and I mean, I knew I didn't have as much as you, but when I rolled it up and it fit so nicely in that cupboard and didn't take up nearly as much space when it was all organized, I looked and I'm like, my fabric stash looks so puny compared to yours.
But I obsessively compulsively hoard fabric though. So don't feel bad. I'm telling myself in the car, don't drive past the fabric store as I'm in the parking lot. And I know a guy. He drinks Modelo's and he is willy-nilly with the fabric. He lets the fabric fly, literally. I need to go see Modelo Man. I need to go see him so he knows that I'm still alive. Sure, he misses me and is wondering where I am.
Do you show him pictures of what you made? Does he watch your videos?
I told him my channel and I tell him all the time you're famous. He just kind of laughs. he like, he's old school. He probably, it's a world that he doesn't even know about, I bet. It's like, it's so foreign to him. He's just like, whatever. This guy comes in here and buys a bunch of fabric. We chop it up, we talk about life, and then he leaves. But like, I'm nosy, so I want to know where you're from. Like, you know, I'm nosy.
Oh, pivot that piece. I don't think it's on grain.
What, this one?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, okay.
It's just barely right there. I try to utilize as much material as I can because I feel like a fabric waster because I have
Mm-hmm.
so much scraps.
Oh, well, no, I meant like it's closer on one side than the other. So I was concerned that you had the liner was going to be a little bit off grain.
The cuts off.
Oh, okay. Shoot.
I'm
I was worried for
left-handed.
you.
No, I'm literally left-handed, and I can see sometimes where I come in like this, because I'm coming from a different angle than most people. And so I can totally see how my literal left-handed nature can throw people off. Perfect. Perfect. My evil plan is working. This is really what takes the most time. It's like painting, it's the prep. Because when I run this thing through the serger, it's just gonna instantly put it together. And the only part I'm really gonna sew are the arms. Well, and of course the collar.
Kilroy has some words of philosophy for you. Kilroy says, hoarding fabric is the same as wasting it. What do you
I'm
think of
using
that?
it. I'm making a coat right now. I've been hoarding this for a while. That's honestly, that's why I'm making this coat, because I was like, you're not going to do all those things you said you're going to do. Just make something that you want to make. And this is what I love to do, because I had big plans, but then like it wasn't going to be something that I would necessarily wear all the time. And for as much as I make this goofy stuff, I actually wear it.
What were your big plans that you've abandoned for now?
I was going to make Lenny's coat
Ah,
in denim, but it just would have been a big floppy piece of denim in my closet.
why?
I want to
Why?
make it in red and wear it all the time, but I'm gonna make red slacks. Like, I have plans for that. I'm gonna recreate the outfit. I'm gonna make the
Mm-hmm.
full pants and everything. It may
Mm-hmm.
not be the exact cut of red, but I'm gonna make it red. And now that video, it pops up all the time on my playlist. So tell me why we gotta die.
Well, it's a good song. So worse things could be popping up in your feed.
What I really want to know is,
I'm gonna go my way.
I'm at peace with Lenny, even though he's a shusher. I'm at peace with Lenny Kravitz, and I will meet him one day because I've said his name a gajillion times, and I know what area he lives in. uh, okay, perfect. But I'm at peace with Lenny shushing everybody Kravitz.
If you're gonna tell stories, I'm gonna start telling stories.
Or as we call in this side of town, the great shusher.
Mm-hmm. Who like comes around and gives you $1,000 bills just for fun? That Lenny?
That was Suge Knight.
Mm.
Suge Knight came to a sandwich shop. I worked at a Togo's, and that you would have thought that man was Santa Claus. Shush up. Lenny is a shusher. Man, you know what though? When your friend said he got shushed by someone famous, it literally made me feel better. Your friend that was here,
I can't remember who he said.
but like I
Can't
was like,
remember the
okay.
details.
I was like, okay. At least I'm not the only person who's been shushed by a famous person. So if anyone's wondering what my book's gonna be called, it's gonna be called "The Man Shushed" by Lenny Kravitz. Well, that'll be a chapter actually. He doesn't deserve a title. Shushing people and all.
I hope you have him write the introduction to your book.
For legal purposes, I might have to. And I'm not even gonna say allegedly because I was there. I don't even have to say allegedly because I was there. Shush sewing. I've been binge watching Alf, so I kind of have been shush sewing. Even my YouTube account was like, did we do something wrong? You haven't been like just aimlessly watching us. Oops. This one takes a little bit longer because I'm doing two at once. Perfect. So what else is going on that's not about Puffy?
Well, I placed an order. Works was having a sale over on eBay. So I placed an order for a cutter. And I have a regular rotary cutter and one for paper and stuff, but this is like it's a battery operated one, and
Really?
it works for things that are like more heavy duty. And I've often wished I had one for like heavier stuff. So with their big sale, it was, what was it, like $17 or something? So I got
That's
one.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'll do a show and tell when that arrives.
You know I love a sale. I absolutely love a sale.
I got a set of the Works Maker X tools. I find them just hilarious because it has all the things. It has, a heat gun and an angle grinder and, all of this stuff. But they're for, hello, they're for like makers and crafters and people doing small projects as opposed to like, houses and things. And
Oh
so
yeah.
the angle grinder head is like
Yeah.
2 inches.
Don't forget to take a shower, okay? I love you, buddy. Sorry, I had to be a nagging parent.
Well, duty calls.
I never miss an opportunity to be a nag. That's the ills of having a good memory. Perfect.
I got a blower while they were having the sale. I got that last few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, something like that. Because compressed air, it's expensive.
That trips me out. You're gonna have to take a trip to Sewing Land because I have compressors for days. You just have to be able to pay. Like your bill might jump up a little bit.
Oh well, I didn't even mean a compressor. Those are expensive too. But like the canned air, the stuff you're not supposed to use in your sewing machine.
Very much so. Very much so. Not supposed to use in your sewing machine. I'm gonna do something a bit unorthodox because I forgot that I have my serger standing. So I'm gonna serge it right here after I lined it, just because it get it out of the way.
Excuse me.
Oh man, there we go. There we go.
Ah.
I have a ton of these computer stands.
Uh-huh.
I use them for everything. I use them for displaying. I have quite a few back here displaying sewing machines. That's why some are higher than others.
Well, that's a good idea because then you can put the machine on display and then underneath it you can put the box of accessories that goes with it or the foot pedal or stuff
That's
like
actually ingenious. You're so much more organized than me. I'm just like, hey, look at how cool this is. Oh, speaking of which, I you can never just send me to the 99. Where are they? Where are they? I bought something today that is extra goofy. Where'd they go? I just oh, here they are. Bam.
You look like you're gonna take up snowboarding.
I look like I'm about to run down the ramp with Bret Hart. These are like total Bret Hart glasses. Even the lady at the counter, she looked at me and she was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yes." And she was like, "I was wondering who was gonna buy those," and I was like, "It's me." See, this even makes me feel like a professional wrestler. On Sunday, brother, meet me at the Minneapolis arena. Oh, these are staying. These are staying. I'm gonna drink my coffee in peace. I'm rocking these.
Well, there's something. Don't try to sew in sunglasses.
I wear my sunglasses so I can't see right. Great. Now I have Corey Hart stuck in my head.
I made the coffee. I drank the coffee. I'm not feeling coffee perky.
Mute myself. These are kind of gaudy because they actually do block out light. These are just amazing. Come on. I look like I'm gonna rent you a boat at Lake Havasu right now.
Oh dear.
That guy that you kind of don't like, but you trust your life in because you're renting a boat from him. In any other walk of life, you wouldn't even talk to the guy or look at him. But you're hoping he knows what he's talking about. Oh, come on. These are and yeah, I've used canned air here and there. Don't judge me, I have. I'm not anti canned air. Oh,
Just
these
don't blow it up your bobbin race.
that sounded like hoo-ha to me. That didn't even sound like innuendo. That didn't even sound like innuendo. That was just don't blow up your hoo-ha. That's all I heard. No need for innuendo when you have canned air. No need.
Kilroy says, I used to know a guy who lived in Lake Havasu. If you want to know how stupid he was, he moved back here. Goodness, that's quite a change. How are your plans and schemes going for moving to California, Kilroy? We think you'd like it here.
You'd love it here, and Havasu is heaven compared to like the East Coast. Havasu has better weather than we have here.
So who all is hanging around tonight? I saw that I got to say hello in the chat to Butterfly and Mona before they had to dash off. Is anyone else here this evening? I saw Dixie in the chat earlier. Did Dixie take off as well? And what does everyone have going on? What are you doing on an early spring week? Ah, hey Von Rick.
I'm talking to a muted microphone. How's it going? I'm wearing my Power Hour. I bought these cheesy glasses at the 99-cent store, and I feel bad. I love these things. These in 1998 or 1997 or 8. I had the Oakley Mark McGuire's, which these are a bootleg version, and they were just as geeky back then as I'm wearing them now. But I loved them.
I don't know. I like the colors on the lenses, but I'm still kind of feeling like you overpaid.
I got these at the 99.
I know.
These aren't like the Oakley. If I got the real Oakley ones, then I need to go to a psychiatrist.
Well, no, I still I realized you got them at the 99-cent store, but glasses like that, I feel like they need to pay you to wear them.
Classic. These are a classic hater. Don't be a hater. These.
But I do kind of like the colors on the lenses. They go with my scalpel, which worked really well, by the way, for cutting out some serge seams on some pajamas for my mom.
Awesome. Awesome. I love goofy stuff.
You do. And I like that you know what you like and that you're bold and you wear it. I appreciate
The only person in life that really stops you sometimes is you. And if you're a speeder like me, the highway patrol. But that's a different stream for a different day.
So Von Rick said Lake Havasu. Is that where the London Bridge is? I believe so, or in that
Yes.
vicinity.
Yes. That is exactly where the London Bridge is. I need to research that.
And Von Rick said, it is going well, but my husband is off in Ireland playing music with a group. Oh, wow. That sounds interesting.
That sounds like fun. Have you been on that side? My plucky co-host?
To Ireland? I haven't been to Ireland.
Because I know you've been far more north than I have.
I went to England, Scotland, and Wales, but I didn't go to Ireland. I've seen the TV show Shetland. Does that count? I hear Dairy Girls is good. Not quite the same as going in person, though. I saw a video with a guy playing the, oh dear, I don't even want to say it, because even if I could remember the letters, I'm probably going to mispronounce it, because those Celtic words sometimes are is it Irish or Scots
or
whatever
canceled.
I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but it's kind of like a cross between, I don't know, bagpipes and a pipe organ or something, but it has an accordion. It has on the under the right arm is like a bellows, and then under the left arm is like an accordion bag, and then it has three I think metal stationary pipes with some keys, so you can play different kind of chords on them, and then it has a chanter. So I had heard that instrument before, but I wasn't sure like what it was. I wasn't sure if it was just didn't quite sound like bagpipes, but so I don't know if your husband has one of those in his band in Ireland or if he plays one, but it was neat to see, because the camera work showed it all up close, and you could see his fingers moving and pressing different keys on the stationary pipes. And
the glasses are staying. I keep on quoting the Big Lebowski when I say that, when Walter freaks out at that diner and he's like, I'm drinking my coffee. The glasses are staying. It makes you feel any better? My son looked at me and he's like, man, you live in the past. I was like, I sure do.
But the important thing is that you enjoy them.
Do you know I've been in nostalgia overload because I've been watching Alf, and it's weird because I get all the weird obscure references.
Yes.
But it's like those people that were so important. Oh my gosh, 30 years ago. We don't even remember now,
Yeah. it kind of makes you wonder how many like little jokes and things you're missing in stuff like I Love Lucy or The Honeymooners or
Well, the I Love Lucy, like we could still look that up. I watch a lot of AMC stuff from like the 30s, 40s, and 50s. There is some stuff where I'm like, I need to look that word up because we don't even talk like that anymore, you know?
but just like current events and trends and expectations as well as the lingo.
I totally think about that. Like, my grandmother used to always talk about how people fled Mexico because of Pancho Villa, and that happened in her. She was there, like that happened in her lifetime. That was real history. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? A lot of people came from northern Mexico and came into America because their own people were pushing them out
mm.
or forcing them to join. You know,
I was talking to a guy one time and he was saying just kind of how annoyed he was with the sort of the casual racial stereotypes and well outright racism too, but um he said a lot of times he would get people asking like, "Oh, and when did you cross the border?" And he's like, "Cross the border? My people have been here for 400 years," or whatever it was. I guess it wouldn't be 400, but 200.
the math is close. It's close enough. It's close and close enough. You could give the Plymouth Rock speech of like Plymouth Rock didn't. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. It landed on us. You could say the same thing about the border.
Vonrick says, "Yeah, sadly, my disability does make traveling on tour bus very, oh, I guess typos, pesky typos. Doesn't make traveling on a tour bus a very good option, so I stay home." He plays a BC diatonic accordion, but no bagpipes. Huh,
Awesome.
that's interesting. I don't think I know a BC diatonic accordion. I will have to look that up.
You missed my bagpipes earlier when I was cleaning out the closet.
Did you manage to have the bagpipes miss you this time?
I grabbed them like this. And then before I just wildly grabbed it and held it over my head, that pipe literally swung and hit me in the head.
Oh, mm,
I'm gonna pull that video. You could hear the conch.
ugh.
I'm the king of typos, Von Reck.
I understand. And then if that doesn't get you, auto incorrect comes along and messes things up.
On purpose. These these glasses are from that like villain in the Ski movie.
Yes, yes.
I will see you on K2 and I will defeat you. Did you ever see, oh my gosh. Or K2, I love Aspen. What was that movie though with the hockey guy that had to become an ice skater?
Oh
Gosh,
yeah, cutting
that was
edge.
so cutting edge. That was so 90s. I loved that movie. And I'm gonna age myself. My friend and I, we would constantly watch Cuffs with Christian Slater. I loved Cutting Edge and Cuffs. Those were like our movies. Oh wow. We were tough guys.
Actually, you do. Those are the glasses that the kind of like the broy kind of he's kind of a villain, but he's like maybe one of the side villains.
I
You would wear
challenge you
those to
to
the lodge.
an arm wrestling contest. Totally. The Revenge of the Nerd guy, the guy in the background. They brought me back. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I love goofy stuff like these glasses. What did I go there for? I went there for something practical too. It was probably cords or power cords or something, and I ended up walking away with these glasses.
Just don't try to wear them for safety goggles. I watched a video from the donut and they showed just how dangerous that is.
I've learned to tone the goof down a little bit at my job because like people won't take me serious. So I turned the goof down about a 50%. What a smart iron. It turned itself off and cooled itself off. You are staying in the house of sewing, inanimate object.
I remember I was on tour with my corral or something. I don't know. And we stopped to get some food, and there was a local sign up for square dancing lessons. And the people I was with, or like a square dance meetup, and they're kind of like being sarcastic and saying all these things about it. And I said, actually, I think that sounds like fun. And they said, we were kidding, Lene. I'm like, I know, but I still think that sounds like fun.
I told you, my junior high taught us square dancing. I'll wow you. I still remember all the steps. They Man, and they taught us like the electric slide. That's why every time I hear Billy Ray Cyrus, Achy Breaky Heart, it reminds me of junior high. They wanted us to know how to dance. Do they teach kids how to dance now? Even like they gave us basically like a half cotillion at my junior high.
Hmm. I don't know. My university, and then I was taking classes at like a local college just for personal enrichment. They would have partner dance classes, and the classes were always full.
I was actually thinking about taking one at the local college and it was filled already by the time I got there.
Mm-hmm. And then a lot of clubs, like if you go to a tango club or a swing club or line dance or whatever, they'll have lessons before the dancing starts for the evening.
I need the rusty class because I'm rusty. I remember the steps, but it's been a minute.
I always found with line dancing that, I think I might have said this before, but if it was simple enough for me to remember the next time, it was kind of too boring to dance for the whole dance. And if it was complicated enough for me to remember to enjoy dancing a whole dance of it, then I couldn't remember it the next time I went, and I had to like watch a couple times before jumping in. I'm like, wait, how does this one go again?
It's funny how it works out that way. But dancing is funny that way. Just how I was saying earlier, like Isaiah is a singer, I'm a dancer. I'm always getting down, and I've had little formal training.
I like partner dances because there's still room for self-expression, but there's framework, so you're not standing like an idiot trying to think of what to do next.
I can do every Will Smith dance in every video he's ever. I can do the Men in Black dance. I can do the Wild Wild West dance. He even made a second Men in Black song. I can even do that dance.
I follow Mike Ward. He's Mr. MG Ward on YouTube, and he's a very skilled penman. He does ornamental penmanship and stuff like that. But he's also a dancer and does hip hop dancing.
Oh wow!
And it just, the hip hop dancing and the ornamental penmanship seem a little bit incongruous, but I'm there for it.
I was thinking about starting a whole other channel talking about tractor parts because I don't think anybody around here wants to talk about how to take a tractor wheel off. It's actually interesting, and you put your life in your hands if you don't know what you're doing.
You could totally do that. I'm sure there are lots of people who would love to talk tractor parts.
Yes, I have like 5 skills and they're all over the place. I'm gonna let that heat up a little bit. I'm gonna let these glasses. Oh. you. Come on. I I challenge you to a race around campus.
Do you like pit viper glasses?
What are those? Are they like?
They're
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
they do like sunglasses and snowboard glasses, and they also have safety
Oh,
glasses and things. And they're kind of made for the progressives. So they're kind of out there, but they're also like, you know, socially aware, and they have all this kooky advertising, and they totally love that they're kind of ridiculous, but that people love them that way, and all these like crazy patterns on them and stuff.
Kilroy just totally sparked something. If
Mm.
Voldemort can open up a university, if Phoenix University, if DeVry can open up a university, I can open up Sewing You. I like that. I had a buddy who went to ITT Tech and DeVry, and when that school went under, his technical certificate was considered moot.
Well, that shouldn't be like that, because the company was certified at the time, and then he got hit just because.
At least 10 years before they were discredited and they took his certification away. And he was like when it went under, we were all in our 30s or like late 20s. And so he freaked out. He was like, I have a technical degree that means nothing now.
I mean, that's not right, because it was accredited at the time that he got his degree. So
I like that. UCHS, University of California, House of Sewing. It was a big deal, and there's what the funny thing is, where the ITT Tech campus is now, you can guess what they sell there now?
weed
Tractors.
I'm sorry, it broke up. Say again.
Tractors.
Tractors.
It's the only place that could house the cat campus. So any kind of cat, tractor, car, anything you can think of is sold on the old ITT Tech campus in
Huh.
good old Southern California, because it was a giant campus, and cat were the only people that had money to come in there and take over that building. It's
It
really
would
fancy. I took Isaiah over there. I was like, let's go look at tractors for no reason.
it would be kind of nice, a nice gesture, if they took all the people with ITT degrees and offered them a certification program for being cat mechanics.
You can make more money driving a tractor nowadays.
I worked with a guy who went to ITT. He basically checked out of life, put the car in first gear, and just left it there. Hmm. That's sad. That's when you lose
My friend who I
morale.
sorry. My friend who I know is not watching, I grew up with them. He married a B actress and he made it in life because he kind of looks like the guy from the Backstreet Boys, the tall one with the brunette hair. My friend, or NSYNC, whichever group. But my friend and his B actress wife are happy. And I didn't understand how much of a B actress she was until they put this thing on Facebook and they're like, we're stand-ins in the Oscars today. And I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool. Diesel mechanics make an unholy amount of money. And where I live, welders. If you get in the union, you're set.
Well, California for a while was so desperate for people to work for the utility companies, they were paying you to come and be trained and get a job as a lineman or working
They're
for the
still
Department of Water and Power.
they're still doing that.
Mm.
They're paying people $25 an hour just to see if they want to work for DWP.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine getting paid to take a class to see if you even want to work there.
Yeah, not a bad gig.
But right
Is
now, a lot of people just it's not a necessarily an easy job, and we do like they do work in the heat, and so not a lot of people want that job this time of year.
well, I mean, there are complaints for all jobs one way or another. And I feel like a lot of people don't want to work in an office, you know? Like, so why are we directing everyone to go to college when some people have no interest in doing those kinds of things? So, like you have to do something with your life. That seems like a good way.
Well, my grandpa was a lineman. Maybe I could convince them to pay my moving costs just to see if I want to be a lineman. I'm not kidding you. They
Uh,
probably would.
Yeah,
If you showed
seriously.
interest, I
Mhm.
there was a technical school I went to, and I kind of jokingly said, like, hey, like, how can I go here? And a week later, I was enrolled. So you never know. You never know.
Yeah, we're serious. That they probably would give you like a stipend or mhm.
Because we're in the land of like illegal contractors. So if you show interest, they will literally pay you to get your license because they want
Mhm.
people to be legal. They want you to have certification, even down to the point where we now have real handyman licenses here, where if you're just a handyman, you can go get a license, and so no one can sue you.
Mm.
Or if you get sued, you at least have insurance that backs you up. We're in this really weird phase where like they're like in certain fields they're begging people to work, and in others like people are lining up and there's just not enough jobs. It's a weird time.
Yeah.
But we will always need skilled workers.
Mhm.
Now that my commercial's done, I'll get back to ironing. I should be a recruiter. Like, hey kid, do you want to live in a house and have a fountain in your backyard? Go join a union. Pick one. I always say human beings are hardwired to make things. A lot of people's mental health would be better if we didn't try to push everything into office work where you really didn't make anything so true.
Yes.
I feel I feel so accomplished every coat I finish, every time even just simple things. I feel so accomplished when I do them because I made it from scratch.
Yeah.
That's why I need to start doing that. In my old videos, I would stand in front of my 6-foot table and I would show the cloth, whatever I was about to cut. And then you would see me do magic with it, you know? I need to bring that back. Or even me tinkering around with sewing machines. It's my need to make everything work again. And I do that with all machines. I ordered I ordered a crane for my truck, and where it came from, I won't say what country, but the motor was put on backwards. And every single one of the reviews was like, this thing is broken. I literally opened it and turned the motor around, and that crane, I pulled an oak tree. I pulled an oak tree out of the ground with that crane. So, well, the roots of an oak tree. So the crane works. People just didn't have them. Like, and you know what? The factory did mess up because they made it wrong from the jump. But all you had to do is literally invert the motor
Mm.
and not even change the wires. it was it was an issue. But most people don't have technical prowess or know-how anymore.
Yeah.
I get offended if it's electrical or anything that's electrical or plumbing, I don't know it. But anything beyond that, like, don't say, "Oh, let's call somebody." I'm right here. But again, I'm not dogging on anyone. We are in much more of a technical world. I have to ask my son for help on certain things on my computer. or my phone the most. I have to ask him like, "Hey, what about this?" And he's like, "Oh, did you do the update?" Is always his question.
Hmm.
He should go work for Apple because they ask you the same question.
I still think back to that comic when the FBI was trying to get into that person's phone and Apple wouldn't do it for them. So the guy brought the phone home and he throws it on the coffee table in front of his teenage son and says, "Under no circumstances are you to open that phone."
Kid probably had it open in 45 seconds. I'm tempted to do that. Um, my dad taught me how to access like old computers, like the big towers. I think it's weird when people send their computers to the Goodwill without completely purging them.
Yeah,
When
you have
someone
to
like
like,
me can access all your old stuff.
yeah, you have to wipe that and do like the wipe with the overwrite, and then you got to do it again, and then like once more for good measure.
Even under here, I have and one of my dad's old Dell towers, and I found out things about my parents I didn't know. People are
People are
afraid to fix. I'm
mm,
sorry. Go ahead. They are. But really quickly, do you think that's because of planned obsolescence? Like things are made to break now?
well, I think that things are made to break, and also as things get more advanced, they get more complicated. And a lot of people just have no idea what the things are and where they go. And so it's a little bit, unless you have like a little bit of background in something, then you can't just open it up necessarily and say, "Oh, I'm going to fix this by doing this."
I learned that from a cousin of mine who got real life. Like I've been electrocuted trying to show off, and I learned that lesson, but I knew someone that was electrocuted for real. And he was an almost certified electrician and he was electrocuted.
Mm. Yeah, some of the things like I had a roommate who was repairing TVs for a while, and um they retained some power in certain places, and he touched
Mm,
something with a screwdriver, and
good grief.
fortunately it didn't, kill him or anything, but certainly gave him a shock. Kilroy says it's risky too. I've known people who went looking for computers like that and flipped them. They said they would immediately destroy the hard drive upon purchase to prevent any legal trouble. Hmm.
I don't think, and you know what's so funny? People like they think they erase it and they don't. And I have little technical know-how, but I'm really good at following instructions. I'm actually really good. If you write it down, I could do it letter for letter. And it's crazy. That's because I thought I was rusty, but then I did it to my dad's computer and I was like, oh man, I still got it. And it's an old, when I say old, it's like an early 2000s tower, which is now a cup holder amongst holder of other things.
Yeah. I went to get a new office suite for my computer back in the day, and the office suite itself was larger than my whole hard drive. I said, "You know what? I think it's time to get a new one."
Oh gosh, that's like a program we were running at work. It was so old. It doesn't receive updates anymore.
Mm.
And like I may or may not have annoyed somebody so much that they like literally were like, it doesn't get updates. And everyone looked at them like, wow, you are. But they were so mad at me because I was using obsolete software. And I mean, they were because I refused to let it go until my boss forced me to stop using it. It was so convenient, even though it still thought Bill Clinton was president. But like I'm not a hacker, so I really like I don't do nosy things like that. And I'm not into buying towers. I'm not into stuff like that, but it's it's something to think about when you get rid of a computer or you're like I don't need this anymore.
Yeah. Well, I know that the iPhone nowadays has a setting for like erase it to sell.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm hitting my own mic. So it does. But there's ways around that too because of the cloud. Because of the cloud, there's ways around that now too. And you know what's funny? And like I was able to figure that out because I knew someone that erased their phone. And I was like, "Oh, give me a second." And their stuff was back and they were like, "Thank you so much, but I don't feel secure now." They were like, "I feel relieved that you like retrieved all of my information, but now I don't feel secure because like if I erase my phone, the stuff is still there."
Well, yeah, that's if you like log into your account, but
They
that's
didn't know that.
different from like the stuff that's on the phone itself.
I don't think I've ever hit a master reset. I might have done it. Like a lot of the stuff that was on this computer that I'm pointing at, you can't see it had a mega backup.
Mm.
So I unplugged the mega backup and I was like hard reset. And it actually saved me a lot of grief with this computer to tell you the honest truth because I inherited it and it just got rid of a lot of drama. And all the important stuff is saved forever, you know. And I check it periodically. The information is still there. I used to work with equipment that law enforcement would use to access phones. Trust me, you have to go beyond what the phone offers to erase a phone. Exactly. And I'm one of those crazy people that like I don't read Apple stipulations, but I like watch videos of people who do. You've already given if you have an iPhone, you've already given away that right. You've already given away the right that they can go through your pictures, all kinds of fun stuff. Like so basically whatever is in your phone will never be erased. I have Shalimar stuck in my head. Take that to the bank. Do you know what's really funny? Like of all the you're gonna kind of laugh, but like I should have been there in 1982. I should have been this age in 1982. I would have had so much fun partying with Shalimar and Dynasty and Ray Parker Jr. But of course, music videos made it seem like it was such a happy time.
Well, had its ups, had its downs.
I think they all do after a while. Like, but again, I have a hardcore bias because I'm from the generation after that. So, like, those were my reruns. Like, I grew up with all the original MTV music videos because they were still playing them. Like, when I was a kid, MTV had commercials and music only.
Mm-hmm.
So I was still from like remote control. I remember when that show came out because that was the first show that wasn't music on MTV.
And it wasn't very long before they stopped actually playing music videos.
It's really sad. I have a gajillion cable channels, and VH1 now has a channel called VH1 Classics. They play all the stuff that I consider not classics.
Thompson twins. There are worse things to be stuck in your head.
Everybody remembers the 80s music. Nobody remembers the inflation and saving the loan crisis. So true. And you know what's really funny? Like in the UK, they rejoined the European Union in the 80s because they were about to go under. And everybody forgets about John Major. They forget about all that stuff that happened in the UK in the 80s, right before Maggie took over. So I guess it wasn't that good of a time. It's all relative. Depends on where you're standing, I guess. And yes, I know way too much about 1980s British politics than most people. But it's funny because that history still affects us to this very day, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
So take that
Especially,
to the bank.
Especially when we go trying to repeat these things.
This is why I watch Alf. I have tuned out because it's like watching a movie you don't like a bad movie you don't want to watch, and you're yelling like we've already seen this, but it's true, 100%. Do you know what's really funny? I have that video in my head of like I can't remember her name. Oh, I have to look it up, but she made a video about like because I watch those videos all the time, and it's always something where I'm like, "Oh, I already do that." But this one was real, where she's like the difference of why your clothes look homemade because you don't iron, and I was like, "Oh no, she's talking to me, and I'm in the room by myself." Oh crap, she's talking to me.
Did you see my ghost standing behind her?
This
Nodding in
is why.
appreciation.
This is why I need the warehouse because I need the iron station, the Surger Nebula.
Yeah.
Because it's not the fact that ironing is just time consuming, that's all. I'm equivocating. I am excuse me as I equivocate. This is definitely a remake. Excuse me. The phone rang and you picked it up. Oh man. Okay. So that is ironed enough. And since that's the big back piece.
Goodness. I am dragging tonight. I'm so tired.
I know. I'm gonna jump in a second. I'm gonna line this piece. Well, actually, I'm gonna sit and chill for a second because I'm gonna be sewing all night. Well, not all night, but I want to finish this for my Friday sews video. Where's my power hour glasses? Should I end the stream like a professional wrestler?
You could put your real glasses on so people can chat at you and you'll see the comments.
I could. You know how I try to make my voice? These are. I knew that these were going to be amazing when I purchased them. I didn't put them on in the car because I had my other glasses on. I can't hang with the white though. Like the white of the glasses is messing with my vision a little bit. But these look like I'm about to challenge the nerds in the Revenge of the Nerds to a ski contest. Welcome to my side of town, buddy. These glasses need hammer pants. This is the guy wearing hammer pants. But then he would have to body slam us. No, I'm not for body slamming. Oh man, I love these glasses. Like I always say, like if you're having a bad day, put something goofy on, it'll put a smile on your face. It's my way of life. Oh, that's funny. Wow. You know what? I've been moving around so much, like I'll find my other glasses eventually. I don't even know where my vest is. When I hopped on screen, I hopped on like this and I was like, you know what? This is like seeing Mr. Rogers without his sweater on. Let me go put a vest on. I don't want to scare anybody. Oh man. I've actually been sewing a lot. So this Friday sews is gonna be I'm gonna cut it down to I try to keep it down to 3 or 4 things because I don't want to be like, yeah, dude, this is gonna be epic. Meet me on K2. These are total bro glasses. I go into full bruh mode with these things on. I knew these were going to be trouble. And I had to buy the white ones because they had them of all different colors when I saw them. All right. Well, let's see how long I've been going. Yeah, I've been going for 2.5. I'll turn this thing around and start heading back towards Earth. He was gonna strip for us. What do we Let me go get my chaps. Everybody go to an ATM. I'll be right back. Let me go get my chaps. Unfortunately, it's not that kind of show. And trust me, nobody wants to see that. I've been putting money in my computer all of this time, and he still won't do it. We're almost there. We are almost our technology, as far as the human species, we are almost there. If smell-o-vision was invented, would you participate? Would you add that feature to your computer?
I mean, I'd be really careful about when I had it on, though. I feel like people would, you know how they made the 3D movies and then they would intentionally do stuff so that it looked like you were going to be, shot with an arrow or whatever the deal was. I
Totally.
feel like the smell-o-vision people would do that and just make stenches just to upset you.
You know what? You totally reminded me of something. I knew someone that bought the first generation 3D TV, and he was such an amazing man, and I absolutely loved him. But it was a bad idea because first off, it only came with 2 pairs of glasses, so he had this giant 50-inch television that only 2 people could watch, and not everything was in 3D, but you had to wear the glasses for everything.
Oh.
But it was a first generation big screen 3D TV, like LCD, this was like 2011, 2012-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Only if it could be turned off. I want a smell-o-vision show. If it wasn't cool as it seemed, I'd pass on it. I went to a smell-o-vision show. Oh, that's awesome. These are the strange things I think about while I'm sitting here sewing. Mine would be an advertisement for Palmer's Cocoa Butter, CK1, and whatever the local dispensary was. Even today, somebody, it's so funny when a grown man looked at me today and he was like, at the MMA class, he's like, I don't know how to say this, but you always smell really nice. And I was like, thank you. I didn't want to tell him all the layers I had on, but I intentionally tried to smell nice. Old man brickweed number 5. My, you know what? My mother still wears Chanel number 5. That and that smell and white diamonds reminds me of my mother, but she obsessively wears Chanel number 5. To the fact where if I smell anyone wearing it, it reminds me of her. But let's be real, like no one under 60s wear.
I like what is it? Coco Mademoiselle. That one smells nice.
Is that a perfume?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's by Chanel.
I'm more of a cologne kind of guy.
You still need to go.
Oh, sorry.
You still need to go get yourself some of the Jazz Club. It smells so nice.
I will, because I'm on this weird I'm building up my cologne collection because I layer. So I
Mm-hmm.
am like I have this really weird collection now. Because I'm creating my own smell. I like scented oils. A lot of
Nice.
people I wear stuff that's not heavy either because I have breathing sensitivity, so if I'm wearing it, it's not gonna put you out. I don't, like, reek or anything. "Rah, rah, hello.
Hello,
Been a minute."
hello.
How's it going? Great to see you. Great to see you.
Skits is here. Throw up some.
Yay, I was but it made me laugh because this guy is kind of like, he's like his children are in the class and then he takes the class after and he's a tough guy, and he's like, it was so weird. He's like, you smell nice. I try to, brother. I try to on purpose. I smell nice on purpose, dude. That's for a very specific reason.
I know someone, we'd gone shopping and he picked out some, a nice bottle of cologne. It wasn't like ridiculously expensive, but it was, had to think about if you were going to spend the money on this, and he had it in his truck, and I don't know, he went to put it back or it fell out or whatever it was, it fell out onto the pavement and broke like the first week he had it. Ugh.
That is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I have it's so funny. You never know how you're gonna react when something like that happens. But every time something like that happens, I have this weird indifference where I'm like, well, I enjoyed it for a while I had it.
It was good for a week. I guess I gotta go get another one.
I have this strange acceptance. Something like that is cracked, you're not gonna scoop it up. Like I
No.
have I have this really strange acceptance of like, well, we had a good time. That was a great week. I've done stuff like that. I had this bad habit of keeping cologne in my car door, and it would bounce out. It's big, heavy bottles that would bounce
Hmm.
out.
That's what happened to him.
I just gave my little buddy a bottle of CK1 and told him half of being successful in life is looking good and smelling good. Absolutely.
Nice.
I literally have a bottle within arm's reach right now. It's almost an age test because someone walked by me. They're like, "Are you wearing CK1?" I was like, "You're over 40 and you're beautiful." And they were like, "Yes, I am, and thank you."
Do you get the same reactions from Dracar Noir?
No, I've weirdly started wearing Michael Jordan again, and everybody's like, "I love that smell," and I'm like, "This is literally from like '97, not the bottle, but the formula." Watch him put half the bottle on and stink up the whole town. I layer. I'm subtly Pepe. I'm the positive Pepe Le Pew. We gotta figure out a name for me.
I think Kilroy was thinking of young Mr. Skits.
Oh yeah, yeah. And my guilt was like, well, I don't put that much on. Kilroy can literally smell me where they are from California. Sure, buddy. Sure.
Sometimes you just need to make sure that young Mr. Skits realizes that the CK1 is not a substitute for time in the shower with soap and the loofah.
That is such life advice that should be in a stone tablet somewhere. That should be on a billboard. That should be like, cologne is not a shower. That should be like in front of every courthouse in America. Like instead of the 10 Commandments, just cologne is not a shower. Bam, save someone's life right there. Perfume counts too. Because I know, and sometimes I think I don't have I'm like losing my sense of smell. Or I have such a high tolerance towards it.
Well, you do get used to what you smell like, so just need to switch it over. Wear one of your other ones.
I'll never forget when I was in high school, a teacher pulled me to the side and they were like, "Look, I know you smoke. I know you smoke." And I was like, "Look, I don't smoke." They're like, "We're gonna call your parents." I said, "Okay, call my dad." Old Smokey walked in the office, literally smoke coming out of his mouth, and the teacher was like, "I'm so sorry. You can go back to class." Because the teacher swore, but like I couldn't smell it because and the funny thing is my dad didn't even smoke in the house, but on the way to school he would smoke in the car.
Mm.
And I didn't smell it, and my teacher was like, "Dude, you smell like would freak out." It was, of course, it was first period teacher, but he was like, he thought he had one. He thought he had one. Back then, they'd make you take a smoking class if you got busted.
Oh.
Because we all thought we were back then, everyone smoked. And you know what? It's cringy now because I was my son's age, smoking packs. And like back then I thought it was cool. Now, man, don't give me a time machine. I'm gonna go back and slap that thing out of my hand.
What do you think you're doing?
And you're not tough. I would, and I would recognize me too. I would recognize my gripey face. Like, what are you doing? Oh, but yeah, you used to get a ticket back then. It was crazy, crazy time.
Oh.
You just need to switch to lights. One of the I knew an old school paisa who was a hardcore cigarette smoker and a hardcore beer drinker. And I'm not kidding you. Doctor told him you have to stop. He said, okay. And he started smoking Marlboro Lights and drinking Bud Lights, thinking that like the light was. Needless to say, he didn't stop. But he lived to be like 87 or something. I mean, like an actual 87. Like he was still working.
Hmm.
So, maybe he just had a different constitution. I don't know.
Think how long he would have lived if he hadn't been doing the drinking and smoking, though.
I didn't give him a can of Axe vodka. CK1 is amazing. You give Axe to people you don't like. Axe is what you put in a prison care package. Oh, do they still make Axe?
As far as I know, but I don't know. Don't ask me. I haven't been in the store in a long time.
Because like I bought this polo stuff that's really classy and it's like a step up. And every time I wear it, I'm like, do people think this is Axe-ish? But everyone's like, I love your smell, but it's polo.
Hmm.
But it's in a plastic bottle. And everything else I own is in a glass bottle. Comment of the evening, they banned that stuff under the Geneva Convention. Axe had such an aerosol smell that you could like instantly pin somebody if they were wearing it.
Mm.
It had that hardcore aerosol smell to it.
I have a bottle of an Egyptian musk based oil blend. That stuff smells so nice. No aerosol involved.
When you say nice, is it like what does it take? Like if I was to put it on my like wrists, would it take over my entire body?
um yeah, it's I mean, I don't put a lot on because I don't want to, knock people out across from the room, but it's people can smell it when they're close, and it's like, ooh, what's that smell?
Thank you so much for stopping by, Von Rick. You are always welcome here. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was great seeing you.
I hope your husband has a good tour in Ireland.
Absolutely. That is so interesting. I love hearing about stuff like that.
Probably on tour with Alibaba.
Egyptian musk sounds like a weed strain. A dank strain at that. I don't want to say what country because it's one of those words you might get flagged, but they have some of the bomb stuff over there, man. Don't wag your finger at those countries. They have some of the best stuff in the world over there. And I watched this really weird Vice documentary where this guy went around the world just finding random weed out in the middle of nowhere. He went Africa. He went all over the world.
Hmm.
It was crazy. Let your inner 70s out and put on a powerhouse and
Some of my hair products has a strong have a strong scent. The trouble is, I see my mom about every day, and she is so sensitive, and she'll be like, "You stink. You smell like perfume. Are you wearing perfume?" So it makes it a little bit harder to enjoy a nice scent.
it's really funny. My mom does the exact opposite, but the same. Cause she'll be like, you smell so nice. I smelled you when you walked in the door. Like she's super passive aggressive about it, because she's like she's like super polite, but she tells you to go kick rocks in the same sentence. So one thing I do appreciate about my mom though, um, like if my outfit, like I'll walk up to her and be like, "How's my outfit?" And she'll be like, "You look terrible." Oh, she'll be like, "That's frumpy," or or she's honest. That's one thing I like about my mom. Like
Mhm.
she's really honest. And let me tell you, you don't need it all the time, but sometimes you need it.
Yeah. And I mean, there are ways and occasions. If we're already out at the thing, I don't need you to like wreck my confidence and tell me I look terrible. But if I'm trying something experimental and we haven't left the house yet, and I say, "What do you think of these pants or these shoes with this outfit?" I want an honest opinion. If you think they look weird, tell me.
Tell her, yeah, I got it from your house. Oh, that reminds me. I think I probably already said this. I don't know if I said it on stream or not. I bought Isaiah 2 new shirts, and I bought him a wool shirt because he's obsessed with flannels. And he came to me the other day, and he's like, "I really like this shirt, but it's itchy." And I looked at him, and I'm like, "Welcome to manhood, son." And I walked out of the room like, "Man, every person who's ever put wool on thinks it's itchy. Put on an undershirt." I have yet to meet someone who doesn't say like, "Oh, this wool is just so soft." And it was, it. I got it at Ross.
Next time you'll just have to get him cashmere.
Were you wearing cashmere at 14? Actually, you know what though? Like, I won't even front. I was wearing Structure at the mall. If anyone remembers Structure, don't forget to take aspirin in the morning. I loved that. You know what's so funny? Like, I look back at how I dressed when I was 14. I dressed like a yuppie. I would wear slacks with a shirt with a collar, and now I dress like a disgruntled 14-year-old in the 70s. He's a teenage boy, cashmere is the way. He and like I said a while ago, he because my father was so skinny, he got a lot of my dad's clothes. This kid has better clothes than most people. There's certain shirts he put on, and I'm mad. I'm like, he put a shirt on the other day. I'm like, I don't think I can afford that now. Because he just I know this is a shocker to no one, but my predecessor hoarded clothes. I know that's not a shocker to anyone.
You don't say.
So, excuse me. My son has this extensive collection of pressed jeans and all kinds of stuff. So, wait a few years until his gut fills out, then you can laugh at him for outgrowing his mafia suits. They're real too. I think that's where the jealousy comes from. Like, they're real. They're like real Italian suits. But it's good though, because he goes to school, and he's wearing he very much like me. Like, I'm not a sweats kind of person when I go in public. And so he gets dressed up, you know? Even my Canadian tuxedo is 3 pieces. Do the math. So technically, I'm wearing a 3-piece suit, even though it's a Canadian tuxedo with patches. Oh, all right. We've been going for a while now. Kilroy, I want to thank you so much for being here. You made this evening. You absolutely did.
Here, Kilroy.
I will I'll be back at it on Saturday, and you know what? I hope it doesn't rain because my adventures go down. I didn't realize how much of an outdoor person I am until it rained last week, and I was like, I'm going back to bed. Last Saturday, I woke up and I was like, man, what am I gonna do? It's raining, because a lot of the stuff I do is open air, outdoor markets, and I didn't even realize it until I couldn't go.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but
No.
I mean, at this point, it's supposed to rain super early, but then still says it's supposed to rain, and then also run the next day. So,
Well, looks like I might have a Modelo Man short video and pictures. I do miss him, and I have been ranting about Modelo Man. His speakeasy is open rain or shine. It could be snowing. He'd be out there like selling fabric. All right. Well, I'll park this spaceship. I want to thank everybody who watched tonight. People who watch this on the replay, like you guys are undefeated, and I absolutely thank everybody. You guys watch it to the end. And I thank you. I sincerely thank you. I know I'm just sitting here waffling, making clothes, but this is what I love to do, and I'm glad that I can share it with you. And I thank everybody who watches my video. So, do you have anything you'd like to shill, polish, and assemble?
no, nothing for me today.
I'll be back at it on Saturday with the tales of the craziness. If I don't go to the swap meet, then I'll just continue on my map, continuing to map the outer space that is Los Angeles County, that is. Until next week, I hope everybody has a great week. I'll see you on Saturday. And like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye.